Got football here 8 miles west at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Haskins will throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Tyler Davison drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 180.
On 1st down, it's gone. Johnson's got it complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Value 3.
In search of redemption from the pick 6. Goff. He's going to let it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
1 sec. Come on, boy. 51. That's the run.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Haskins, open man. That's Noah Fant, the tight end. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the end zone, Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Check. 36.
From his end zone, Goff on 3rd and long. And oh, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger. And this time, it cost them 2 points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. 8 yards on the completion, and now they face 3rd down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Play action. Haskins. And that is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a give right side. Grant. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, it's 9-0. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. They're facing a tough spot. 3rd and 8 here to start things out. A shotgun snap for Goff. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Muhammad Wilkerson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's 3rd and 16.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Out of the gun, Goff. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. From midfield now, Haskins. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Haskins on 1st down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitask.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try it.
Johnson, it's poke free. Football's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
From the gun, here's Goff, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? On 2nd and 9, Goff, screen play, Johnson. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
49, check 49.
On 3rd down, Grant. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe. that might actually pop and turn into a big play, that's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And they start the second half with Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They go to Johnson again. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for New York. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded just inside the 20. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Don't say nothing.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep, and that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Antonio Callaway, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They go back to Grant. And a loose football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
Get that quarterback.
Second and 10 now. Haskins. It's complete to Williams. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arm saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Man open, that's Jaleel Scott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Mike's 54 to go.
Throwing again. Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go play action now. Haskins. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Denver.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 29, Goff. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Goff. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. On the run, it's Ware. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Broncos' 41-yard line.
He goes to the 180. 54 Mike. You ain't going nowhere. Check. Fresno.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Dancing to his left. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the 1st down marker. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
He can run for it, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover.
I can't believe they let you play.
Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They run the counter with Cook. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Dalvin Cook, an even 90 yards as his guys continue. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go. Be serious right here. We got to step in.
On the ground, this is Ware. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, in the fourth quarter here, you've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
They run it here. Where? And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
We go! 50, plant. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. Shoot!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Well, this is caught by Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Haskins going to try to throw it. That's taken in by Callaway. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now the Broncos. Are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They will run with Grant. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the ball pretty well, you know.